we are back with another episode of CONVOS at Home. Hey. Wow, may pa-explosion. My name is Bea Benedicto. You guys can call me Bea B.
And my name is Jech. Sige, papanindigan natin. You can call me JT.
Yan.
Yun!
Oh, may pa-explosion din ako.
Diba? Love is still in the air, babe.
Uh-huh.
Kasi February pa.
Ooh, but the season of love, or shall I say season of love, isn't
Naalala ko yung sa Sibol.
We're going to savor every minute of this, babe. Uh-huh.
Ngayon ba, Feb? So I think we've consumed around 35,000 minutes pa lang. But
Yan.
you know, my love for you can't be measured that way.
Oh, really? Really? It can't? Ang baduy mo talaga.
Tinan mo. Oh, meron pa akong flowers for you.
Ah, wow!
Oh.
Di ba akin to? Galing sa akin to eh. Wait. Ako kaya bumili nito.
For yourself?
For myself.
Oh, sorry guys. Nirecycle ko lang yun. Nahanap ko sa bahay eh.
Pang props po para sa ating YouTube video. Kung makikita niyo po ang aking roses, medyo nagbablock na siya. Pero it's okay. It's the thought that counts. At least meron tayong action of love. Yes? So anyway, this internet couple is back with another round of convos at home. And we are going to talk about all the forms of love.
Yan. Kasi yung pinanggalingan natin nun is father's love. Ito, dito tayo sa nakakakilig na love.
Pwede din. Yung pang movie level of kilig sana ang gusto ko.
Ito, papakiligin kita, babe.
Mm-hmm.
You can now enjoy faster and better speeds with any PLDT Home fiber plan. Diba? That comes with a landline and a free Lionsgate Play subscription until June 1, 2023. Visit pldthome.com/fiber-upgrade for more information.
May isa pang nakakakilig, our special guest who's making an appearance in just a bit.
Teka lang, relax lang sa special guest natin. Na-excite ako eh.
Oh, kinikilig ka na rin.
Oh, okay.
Yes, syempre, a little suspense muna because we're going to give you first the talk of the tweets.
Yan, tignan natin what the internet citizens. Ikaw nagsabi na from the last episode, di ba? Or the internet citizens.
The internetizens. Yeah, bahala na. Ang daming terms. Okay, simulan natin with our first tweet from Rocket Young _ Sabi niya, recommend naman some feel-good kilig K-drama for the Valentines. Bakit po sad face ang mga emoji niya? Recommend
may recommendation ka ba?
Alam mo, madami yan. Just give me a little time to think about it. I cannot really think of anything at the moment. But don't you worry kasi madami kaming recommendations in just a bit. Ayan, pa-suspense!
Yan. Okay, so let's go to tweet number 2 by Hoy Pascual.
Hoy!
Ang tunay na kilig, nasa K-drama lamang.
Ayan. Tapos hindi mo tinapos yung tweet. Sabi niya pa,
Actually, hindi ko talaga tinapos yung tweet kasi hinihintay ko ikaw magsabi na din.
Alam ko, lahat ng mga tweet na ganyan sa akin mo tinatapon. Okay, ito si @ZiraRaxMarie. K-drama kilig is back. I feel like I'm glowing. Iba talaga yung glow. Pag nanonood ka ng K-drama,
well,
I feel this.
You were the one who got me into watching K-drama, di ba?
Oo, ang ating first K-drama with you. Ano ulit yun? What's wrong with Secretary Kim?
Secretary Bea.
Ay, kilig ako din. alam mo, gusto ko yan.
Pwede. So, eto na babe, here now comes the legit kilig part. Our special guest.
Yes. We have with us today our very special guest from our friends from Viu Philippines.
Let's welcome the head of Viu Originals and the creator of the hit Viu Original series, K-Love,
Miss Corinna Vistan.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. How are you feeling today?
Very loved.
Wow! Yes, please, we will share you our love as well. Oo, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Welcome to CONVOS at Home. Ito, ang pinaka-importanting tanong. Our very first question, kamusta po ang puso ng isang Corinna Vistan.
Ay, very full. Very full.
Ayan.
Ako curious ako. Kasi kakatapos lang din ng Valentine's, di ba?
Oo.
Kamusta naman ang Valentine's date natin? Anong ginawa?
Well, kasi yung husband ko is abroad working. So, I just spent it with my son.
Aww.
So, ano siya, mini Valentine's date ko.
Cute.
Yan ang maganda.
Oo.
Diba?
O nga, yung pa Valentine's. May son din kami, pero pusa po siya.
Ay, okay lang. That's okay.
My son, our son, who, very easy to please lang naman. May konting wet food lang. Ayan na yung
Ayan
Valentine's
na.
niya.
Same thing with my son. May konting McDonald's lang.
Yes. I love it.
But, I'm very happy to hear that you've had a great Valentine's Day experience. And, it's such a great overall vibe for you.
Yeah.
Prior to coming here, we've researched that, before Viu, you've actually worked with Marvel Studios for almost 10 years.
Yes.
Alam mo ba yun, babe?
No. Okay. So let's get a quick rundown of your career journey.
Oh.
Yeah. Tell us more about yourself.
Sure. I was kapamilya. When I got out of college, I worked as a reporter for ABS-CBN.
Wow.
And then I realized na mahilig pala ako sa fictional stories, not true to life news stories. So, so I went to the US and I went to film school. And then speaking of love, that's where I met my husband.
Wow!
He asked me to be part of his project.
Style niya yun.
Style niya. Style talaga.
Style yun.
And
Alam
then,
niyo, oo.
and he, sa project namin, nagpasimple siya. He gave me oatmeal raisin cookies.
Uy.
Diba? May style talaga. Hindi chocolate chip. Kasi alam niya, I don't know how he knew, but I like oatmeal raisin more than
Talaga ba?
chocolate chips. Nag-research.
Baka may subtle hints ka, tapos that's how you know that they kind of like you, right? They pick up on these little things.
Yes, exactly. So for men, it's like, they always say them, way to a man's heart is to the stomach. Same thing with women, diba?
Yes, that is totally
Give us food.
true. Oo nga, diba babe?
Nagawa ko ba yun for you?
Alam mo, medyo similar kasi si Jech naman, pumunta siya sa bahay ko, binigyan ako ng chips.
Wow.
And when I was, sobrang dense ko. So I was like, oy, thanks for the chips. And then my brother was like, a guy gave you chips? And I was like, yeah. Sabi niya, baka he likes you. And I'm like, wow, may pa-sound effect. Yeah. But yes.
Hindi flowers in a chip. So parang,
No, but because that, I remember that night. That night, she was like texting me, I'm craving yung ganito.
Yeah.
So dumaan ako. Kasi galing akong school, dumaan ako.
So those are two cases nga na
Oo.
food works.
Food is the
Food
way.
is the way. And so we graduated for film school. And this is a nice little fact that I like to tell people. I'm gonna date myself, pero 20 years ago, when I was in film school, lahat ng mga kaklase ko na international students were Koreans.
Okay.
Whoa.
And
Okay.
so when we all graduated, I asked them, are you gonna move to LA to work there? Sabi nila, no, we have to go back to Korea because the government subsidized our education.
Wow.
Okay, I see.
That was 20 years ago, di ba? So parang grabe yung investment nila. Nagpa-pay off na ngayon, di ba?
Ang galing.
Yeah, super galing. And they were very, very talented talaga. And I think Korea wanted to send them sa US to learn how Americans made make their movies and their shows. And then they came back with what they learned and then they put their own Korean spin to it. So super galing, di ba? So hopefully, a lot of the Asian countries, like us, sana will follow in those footsteps rin, di ba?
Yes.
So when your Korean batchmates went back to Korea, you stayed.
Yes.
Stayed in
And
the
I worked in Hollywood. My husband and I both started from the bottom and worked in Hollywood. And nagka-moments ako doon, like, I was an intern, I got coffee, I did the dry cleaning. Ako yung maghahatid ng dry cleaning sa mga studio executives. Yun yung mga jobs ko talaga at the start. Talagang tagakuha ng lunch, tagakuha ng coffee, and then I even had like, Devil Wears Prada moments na I was someone's assistant and all of that. And talagang even like 10 p.m. nagte-text yung boss and everything. And finally, I got a job at Marvel Studios.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they were doing Iron Man 2. So I was
At
in
that time.
so I was at I did Iron Man 2 and then I left after Avengers Endgame. And I like to joke, Avengers Endgame was also my endgame.
Oh, sheesh.
So yeah, and I worked my way up there. And grabe, it was such a I don't know, it was such a great experience. And at that
For
time,
sure.
Marvel wasn't, parang people are like, ano yun? What movie? They made Iron Man, okay yun lang. Versus the way it is now, na it's a whole cinematic universe. And it was really parang such an honor to be part of that while it skyrocketed talaga to the top. So, yeah, it was such a amazing experience. And, ang gugwapo nila Chris Hemsworth. There's no denying.
Sige, kayo
No
mag-usap ni Bea
denying.
I
about
love
Jack.
it.
Okay,
Yes,
then.
yes. Seeing the biceps of Chris Evans. Syempre, those are like the plus.
They're
the
all
perks of the
Chris's
job.
though, right?
Chris Pratt.
Chris
yeah.
Pratt, he's my
Yeah.
favorite Chris.
Ah.
Well, I just assume that he's the pinaka-funny sa kanila, but I bet all of
sure
them
all
are
of
They're
them
all
funny.
are.
them. Yeah,
No, no.
yeah. I think Chris Hemsworth's really funny also.
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
Ay.
So yeah, and I decided for personal reasons to come home to Manila so that my son can spend more time with family, with the lolos and the lolas and the cousins, and give him that Filipino value and expose him to Filipino culture. So, they all wished me well, and we moved halfway back to the world, and then I said, oh sige, I'm really gonna take it easy. I'm gonna retire or take it
retire.
easy, and then that lasted 6 weeks, and then Viu came along, and I was like, sure, let's do it. And so when I came home, did not know anything about K-drama. And so I came home ready to talk to my best friends about like Marvel and Avengers Endgame. And then all my best friends were like, that's great, but have you heard of K-drama?
Oh, yeah, because it's so huge here. Yeah.
Yes. And so then I was like completely fascinated with K-drama. And Marvel fans are really something.
Yes.
Pero same level sila ng K-drama fans. Like, it's the same obsession, like the same level of pagka-obsessed.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I think obsession is the right word.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes,
Yep, yep.
yes. So it fascinated me. So I moved from the Marvel fandom to the K-drama fandom. And
Grabe. Those are
Yeah.
two huge movements.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're so inspiring na she's been through both of those like worlds. It's really great. So Viu actually is considered Southeast Asia's largest streaming platform. And it's available in 16 territories. So how does it feel to tell local stories naman with the distinct culture, the Filipino culture naman?
I think it's really great kasi what's happening now is that Koreans opened the door to everyone watching non-Western content, right? Like Asians really rose to the top na parang front and center yung Korea.
Grabe,
And it's
no?
really inspired other countries like ours to really kind of show the world like, hey, this is our content, this is our stories. And so with Viu, you can watch series from Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia, and proudly so now the Philippines. And you have people from Singapore and from Malaysia watching our shows. So I think that's something really beautiful, diba? Yeah.
So let's talk about your first project with Viu, diba?
Yes.
Yung the ever so popular K-Love.
Yan.
Everyone knows you are the creator of the series, diba? Give us a K-Love 101. Paano ba nagsimula to?
What I said kanina, diba na-shock ako with my friends, like
Yeah.
talagang obsessed.
Yeah.
And they inspired me to create this concept of a group of friends.
Okay.
And para siyang, in some ways, local version of Sex and the City, but instead of them meeting for brunch, they're meeting to watch their favorite K-drama
K-drama.
shows. And then they realize as they're watching their K-drama shows that it mirrors their life as well, and they're inspired to take the same actions as what they learn from their K-dramas. So, I like it because there's the flavor of the Philippines, but then we're paying homage to Korea and the wonderful. And so, if you're a K-drama fan, we'll really reference a lot of the shows there. Na parang, so you're like, oh my God, they're also watching Reply 1988. They're also watching Secretary Kim. So parang ang cute lang. Kasi it's like, if you're a K-drama fan, it's like you're watching yourself.
Yeah. Oh, that's the correct phrase, no?
It's like you're watching
Oo.
yourself.
You're watching yourself, watching K-dramas.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very
Meta.
meta. Very meta.
Yun pala yung itsura mo pag pinapanood mo yun.
Ano?
But you have a very interesting cast for K-Love.
Yeah, very. Oh, and congrats to K-Love, ha? It is #1 on Viu. It is the #1 show. It's the most viewed one. View? Oh, most viewed.
Most viewed on
Most
View.
viewed on
Bang.
View. Congrats. So yun nga, yung cast, they are amazing. Can you tell us a little something about maybe each one?
Oh,
or
yeah.
how did they get cast?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think #1, the writers and I, when we wrote this, we really wanted Isa Calzado. Like, hands down, we're like, she's who we want. She's the lead. She's Tish.
Yes.
And we really felt like, okay, kayang-kaya nitong character na to. And I think with Isa kasi, there's something in her that's so relatable. She acts in such a relatable way. Pero, grabe, ang ganda rin niya.
I know, right?
Yung
How
parang
does that happen?
relatable na ang ganda na, you know, and so our cinematographer was saying, grabe, I can light her in so many different ways and she's still gorgeous.
Yes.
But then,
That's true,
and then such a talent. And we had 2 US-based directors come to direct the show and they were so amazed by our actors. Ang galing daw talaga. Like, and it's a testament to how good creatively Filipinos are. That even from other countries, they're so impressed. Isabel Daza, my gosh. I mean, if you watch the show, you're really...
So
she's
funny.
super funny and hilarious. And she just plays it so naturally. Jake Cuenca, it's really a nice... Again, sobrang gifted actor. And it's really kind of a nice... a different angle naman to him.
It's a different role.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think in real life, hindi siya torpe. But he had to play torpe and he really pulls it off. Ang galing niya talaga. Even if it's not him, but that's his character.
Yeah,
You still
yeah.
believe it.
True though.
Yeah.
Parang you feel the sincerity also.
I think that's the word for him, for Jake, sincerity. Yeah.
Kaya mo ba yan, babe? Ayun, no? Kasi ito
Torpe
parang
ba siya?
angas-angas
Ay!
to eh. So, wow, that face, very angas indeed. I take it back. So, never mind. Okay.
But you have two more,
Yeah, we have
two
two more.
other
Si
characters
Sue.
pa.
Yeah, Sue
Yeah.
Ramirez, like, sobrang siyang sweetheart and she really is a chameleon. She can play any role. For this one, she plays a Phil-Am, but you know, she's played other roles in Broken Marriage Vow, which is also another show on View.
Yeah.
She can play the mistress. Again, it's very, very versatile. Ang galing niya talaga. And then Gabby Padilla. She is a theater actress. And one time I asked her, I was like, so how similar are you to your character? And she said, oh, not at all. And then I was like, really? Kasi bentang-benta eh. I really thought you were like your character with the way you talk and everything. And that's just a testament to how good of an actress she is. That we all just thought, oh, you're so similar to your character. Yan pala hindi.
Ang galing.
Hindi pala.
Parang all of them just absorbed their roles and they played it perfectly.
Yes, and they had chemistry. They really had. They all had to play friends, and so some of them were really friends before pa, but they really bonded on set. There was really love in the K-Love set.
Aw, I'm sure super fun yan when they're like shooting.
Yeah.
Ganon.
Yeah.
Pero, you know, K-Love being a successful series that it is, and you with being the creator of the series, when people watch it, what's one thing you want them to take away from it?
I think that we're really very proud that it's a female empowered show. You know,
Yeah.
none of the women, if you really notice it, none of the women are chasing after men. They're so sure in who they are that the men actually go towards them. So I love that aspect of like, you know, really women owning up to it. Because there's a few episodes there where the titas are like, when are you gonna get married? When are you
Yes.
gonna have babies? And I think
That's very Pinoy, ah.
diba?
Very, very.
Diba? And we
That's
all
very
have
Pinoy.
that.
Yeah,
Diba?
yeah.
We've all gone through those questions. And I think if I can, if people can just learn to parang, you know, there's that self-confidence in our characters. So hopefully that's what people can kind of learn from that na, you know, be yourself.
That's very cool nga kasi, diba, si Tish, that character, parang it's career-driven eh. So
Yes.
yun yung, that's what's important for her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very what's the word? Parang, oh man.
What? Sheesh.
Oh, sheesh. Never
the
mind.
word? No,
I
no,
can't
what-
remember.
What was what were you thinking? Sorry, I distracted you. What were you thinking of?
I don't know. It's very...
Progressive?
Yeah. Okay. This is my dictionary. His name is Jech. So, yeah.
Maybe it has something to do with being a lawyer. Maybe
Yeah,
he's so good with words.
Maybe.
Di naman.
Okay. Well, anyway, on that note, let's take a little break from all of these questions kasi sinasabaw na ako, nawawala na ako ng words. With a little game that we call Retweet, Heart, or Reply. Okay, so in this game, we'll show you a series of tweets and you just have to react with a retweet, a heart, or a reply.
Retweet, heart, or reply.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yes.
If you
Pero
choose reply, diba,
magre-reply ka.
Oo,
Okay.
basically.
Okay.
Oo. So, game. What is the first tweet, babe?
Ito from Tel.
Tell.
Sabi niya, inantay ko talaga ma-upload ang finale episode ng K-Love bago ako nag-binge watch. Episode 7 ako natapos last time.
Yan.
Retweet, heart, or reply?
Heart.
Heart. Thank you,
Tel. I love
but
episode
ako,
7
wait
as
lang.
well.
Ako, I'm curious. Are you the type of viewer na uubusin mo, parang tatapusin mo muna lahat na andyan na? Or are you someone who watches the show every week?
I watch every week.
Every
Just Game of
week.
Thrones, House of Dragons.
Talagang
Every week.
habangan.
Inaabang mo siya every week.
I cannot wait. Wala akong patience.
Kasi
And then
ito
pero kasi social media din.
Yeah. Well, that is
Kasi
true.
may
That
Mas
is-
spoilers
That is true. That is
So
true.
you have to keep up or else.
That is true. Because
Valid
sometimes
point.
we get into some petty arguments sometimes. Kasi parang ako, iintayin ko ma-upload na lahat ng episodes.
Gusto niyo kompleto na.
Oo. Tapos siya naman, when are we gonna watch? When are we gonna watch?
I know, it's already there. It's waiting for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pero I feel you naman kasi mababibitan ka talaga.
Oo.
That's true though.
Oo.
Yeah. So, sige. Let's go to tweet number 2, babe.
Okay,
Ikaw to.
eto, sabi ni Ina Morata, baby, bakit finale na? K-Love, crying. Would you give this a retweet, heart, or reply?
I think I will retweet.
Retweet. Oh, bakit nga finale na?
Nabitin yung mga tao.
Oo.
Oh. Well, subaybayan na lang.
Ayun, no?
Yan!
May pasabog
Yeah, may
siya.
pasabog yan.
At alam mo naman, sa Marvel, di ba, Easter eggs.
Yeah,
Ayan. Ito na yun. Ito na yung biggest Easter egg
May
for
pa-Easter
K-Love.
egg, yeah.
Siya yung gumawa. Din, abangan nyo. Diba? Dito tayo sa tweet number 3 kay Bagol.
12:09?
No, it's Bagol. Yeah, 12:09.
Yan.
Tama. In fairness yung K-Love sa Viu, ha? Very lightweight. Hindi cringe, at least for me.
Ayan. Eto, retweet, heart, or reply?
Heart.
Heart.
No,
Super.
that is when you were describing it to me.
Oo.
Diba?
When we were watching it.
Yeah,
diba?
yeah,
Very
yeah.
cute. Very light. Nakaka-happy talaga siya.
Kasi
Yeah.
parang I was at work and she was telling me, I'm gonna start na this new series, K-Love. Sabi ko, anong, parang I thought talaga at first, K-drama, like with
With
Yeah.
actual
Koreans.
Koreans,
Yeah.
right?
And then she was like, no, it's local. Sabi ko, sige, go. How? And then parang later, she said, like episode 1 na ako, hindi na kita inintay, ah. Yeah. And then sabi ko, kamusta? Sabi niya, very, very great. Parang lightweight, yun nga, natuwan-tuwa siya habang pinapanood niya.
Cute. Guys, panoorin nyo na yung finale. Pwede na namin pag-usapan.
I actually, Bea, I have a question for you.
For
What's your
me.
favorite episode?
Finale po! Siyempre, doon tayo sa pa-twist.
Yes, actually.
Oo.
Ayan,
Plot
sige, sila
twist
na
yan.
nakaka-relate kasi hindi ako inintay ni Bea.
I'm so
Diba?
sorry. I'm so sorry. Let's move on to tweet number 4 by Coco Hernandez. Episode 1 of OK K-Love on Viu PH, and I think I'm going to be hooked. Miss Isa Calzado is bringing it as always, of course. Do we give this a retweet, heart, or reply?
Retweet to Miss Isa
Retweet.
Calzado.
Oo nga eh. At
Yeah.
Miss Isa Calzado.
She
Ang
always
galing.
brings it.
Ay,
Yes,
grabe
100%.
siya, no?
Yeah.
Idol yan.
Yeah.
She can do no wrong. Ganon.
It's true. She can do
She
no
can do
wrong.
no wrong.
Ang galing. So, babe, tweet number 5 by Kateli Ritana.
Kaya mo yan, babe. Ito.
It's difficult. But I just go to the tweet, man. Like, sino kaya target audience ng K-Love on Viu? Foreign audience? In fairness, maayos.
Ooh.
I love that.
Retweet, heart, or reply.
Sige, so mag-react ka pero
ano
gusto ko
reaction natin?
A reply.
A reply.
Okay, reply. Ang target audience ng K-Love is Philippine audience and Asian audience, or
Yan.
regional audience. So, it's for our fellow Southeast Asian people like Malaysia, Singapore, and in fairness, kasi Viu is also available in parts of Africa. And,
Wow.
even when Jake Cuenca retweets the scenes, there are people in South Africa saying like, love ko si Jay, you know? So, yeah. So, it's really supposed to be more for a bigger audience.
Nagtatagalog na rin sila, no?
Yeah.
Ang galing. Pero din natawala ako dun sa tawa ni Corinna kasi parang may parang may laman yung tawa niya. 'Di ba?
Na yung target audience parang malaki yung target.
Yeah. 'Di ba? Alam mo naman kasi, sometimes like viewers are also very, very hard to please.
I know.
Diba?
Sometimes they're so critical. But this one, guys, give it a chance. It's so good. So, yes, thank you so much, Karina, for participating in our little game. Now, we've had a lot of information about K-Love. So, if you guys are interested in binge watching that show or our other K-dramas, listen up.
Yes, you can enjoy entertainment made better on Viu Premium with your PLDT Home broadband. Visit pldthome.com/view for more details.
Eto na. Okay, balik tayo sa
Balik tayo
questions.
na, babe. Balik na tayo.
Okay. Shoo. Let's start with this one. Sabi, we learned that this is a passion project of yours. Wow.
Itong K-Love.
Oo, passion project. What did you,
Passion project. After niya, magre-retire na dapat siya. Diba?
Oo nga, yung magre-retire na
Retire na ako, okay na ako.
project.
Tapos biglang, sige, passion project. Tapos biglang, boom!
Or you know
Ito
what, these
agad.
are the times that you
Yeah,
can do a
I know.
passion project, right?
Yeah.
Oo.
Yes.
So, what did you learn about yourself from working on these series?
Oh gosh, what did I learn about myself? Since passion project nga to, I learned that I have fun with what I do.
Ayan.
That's what you need though, right?
That's what you need. And when it's so cliche, but it really is true. When you're doing something you love, it doesn't feel like work. And it took us about 8 months to write the scripts for these shows. And the style that we did it was talagang like they do it in Hollywood. There's gridding. Before you even write the scripts, planado yan. Gridding, outlining. Parang you're creating the blueprint for the story, for the overall series.
Ooh, okay.
And even December 24, we're all in the writer's, they call it writer's room, but it's writer's Zoom. And, we're gridding and everything. December 24, nasa kotse na ako. I can see my son sitting on Santa's lap. Hindi pa rin ako maka-join with him because we're working on the plot and the characters and everything. But as much as I love, doing other things, parang I didn't mind. That I was like, it's Christmas Eve and I'm still working with the writers on this kasi I really loved it. I really loved work. It's hard work, pero it really does. Parang you don't think it's work.
And that's the product, di ba?
Yeah.
Mararamdaman mo pag pinanood mo.
Oo, iba
Guys,
talaga.
Iba talaga.
Oo.
Di ba? So, how does it feel to make a Filipino Viu original series by Filipinos for Filipinos? And, also to audiences worldwide.
Oo nga.
It's good. It's, I think, yung work ko sa Marvel was really nice. But I think there's something really special when I'm able to tell the Filipino story and culture. Kasi that's us That's
Yes.
our story. And we can bring it to a global platform. And, hopefully the world pays attention.
So, eto, yung K-drama, yun yung inspiration natin for K-Love.
Yes.
Di ba?
Mm-mm.
Eto, curious ako. Are you a K-drama fan yourself?
I was not.
Yeah.
Till I came back to the Philippines. And then all my friends were K-drama. They weren't paying
So,
attention to
ano?
Marvel.
Yeah, so,
at all.
so they made you
They
binge watch na rin.
They
ganun.
converted me. And so, yeah, so then I started to watch and I said, oh, ganito pala siya. Para
Gets,
siyang,
gets.
it makes you feel so good.
Paano
Diba?
nangyari yun?
Yeah,
So parang kunwari, ni nagla-launch out, or parang ano ba yan? Zoom ba yan? Mga Zoom meet, kita-kita kayo ng mga friends. So parang pinag-uusapan nila kung ano pinapanood nila.
Yes. No, and when I met them, kakauwi ko pa lang,
Oo.
lahat sila are taking Korean classes.
Oh,
Kasi
okay.
hassle daw ang mag-subtitles.
Wow.
Wow, that's
Ganon
some
sila
next
ka-intense.
level.
Dude, yeah.
They're that into it.
Yes.
Wow.
Whoa.
We need to get into it na din ba?
Wow.
Ganon?
Yes. So, all those terms, anyong, chingu, because them. Yes.
Ang galing.
Ganon sila ka-into it. So, that's why I was like fascinated na parang, grabe, sige nga, try ko nga to. Parang,
Try.
And I think also, babe, it really blew up. I mean, it's been good ever since, but like it really blew up during the pandemic. Eh.
yes.
Diba? People were just at home.
And people wanted to escape.
Yeah, that's how I started actually.
Yeah.
Diba? But sige, before me, what's your ultimate K-drama guilty pleasure?
The one show. It's the first one I watched, which was What's Wrong with Secretary Kim.
Ayan.
same.
You guys are the
Same.
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 So ano ba kayo? Same love team ba kayo with
Okay.
Secretary Kim? Are you exuding
Yeah.
those same vibes? PSJ?
I wish. I mean,
Gusto ko si Park Seo-joon.
ano masabi mo, di ba? Pwede. Yan.
Sino
but
tinatanong mo dyan?
the audience.
Audience, hoy.
Pwede rin yung mga kasama natin dito, di ba? Oo naman yung nasa likod ng camera, di ba?
PSJ levels ka
Oo.
na ba? Ganon.
Hindi, but yeah, that was the first one that
It
I watched.
was.
Kasi
Yeah.
ang kulit. Pero ang cute lang.
Yes. And it was very parang, I couldn't imagine a Hollywood movie doing this.
Yes.
Yung parang they
Yes.
got away with it kasi Korean sila.
Yes.
Yung mga pa-cute moments nila
Oo.
and everything. And in fact, when we were about to shoot K-Love, the cinematographer is my husband. He works in Hollywood. And I told him, watch this show. This is what I want K-Love to look like rin.
yeah.
Very saturated. They're always glowing
Yeah.
with the hair light and all of that. And so,
Oo nga no. Oo nga no. Yeah.
Hindi,
Gusto
parang,
ko ganun din ako in real life.
ganun ka naman in real life.
Good job.
Hindi. Pero kasi, nung pinanood ko talaga yun, it was my first K-drama. Sabi ko, wow. Kasi, parang, there are some moments na parang you'd be like, parang ganun. Pero, natutuwa pa rin ako.
yeah.
Alam mo yun?
Ito yung aura kasi.
Oo, tsaka or pag umaganon sila, yung ganun. Na parang, I would normally maybe not like it so much,
Yeah.
pero parang wala.
Because kasi
Yeah.
Korean sila, di ba?
Yeah, and I was
Kaya
like,
eh.
They
Oo.
get away with it.
Yeah, na parang, okay, part of their branding, di ba?
Yeah.
Tapos it's so, even the houses,
Yeah.
parang,
Yeah.
ano talaga, we were watching it during the pandemic, parang, wow, ganda ng bahay.
That's it was then when I knew what the aura meant. Eh.
Yeah.
Because we went to Korea one time and there was a big PSJ
Yes.
poster there, and then she told me, babe, do this aura.
Tapos di niya gets.
Di ko
Bakit ko
gets.
pinapagawa sa kanya? Na like, just do it.
And when, after namin panonood, sabi ko, yun pala yun.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, speaking of PSJ, do you have maybe a Korean K-drama crush? Or may leading man ba tayo na?
I think it would be a toss-up between PSJ and Gong Yoo.
Ooh. Ikaw ba? Ba't ikaw? Ba't ikaw yung
bakit ako yung
tinatanong
tatanungin mo? Huwag mo na tanungin yung akin.
What about you, Bea?
Ako kasi hindi ko maisip. Kasi nga pala, si Jech.
Oh.
Biglang ganun.
Hindi. Sige, go. Meron ba?
Wala akong maisip ngayon, babe.
Kasi katabi mo na eh.
Di
ba?
Pwede yun.
Pero ito, since, alam mo, gusto niya sagutin yung tanong, pero hindi sasagutin kasi baka magalit ako eh.
Okay, di
joke
naman,
lang.
But,
But if you'd be given a chance to live in like a K-drama world, what world would you choose? And why?
I think, okay, What's Wrong with Secretary Kim kasi it's so beautiful and glossy and I'd love to live in that house.
Yeah.
Pero that lifestyle. Pero alam mo, cute rin yung Reply 1988 eh. If you lived in that community, parang ang saya lang. So, yeah.
Yun yung sinasabi ko sa'yo na isang kasi okay, like sometimes, dahil di na nga kami nag-iintayan.
Iba-iba yung pinapanood
Iba-iba
namin.
yung pinapanood
Di na kami
namin.
sabay manood ng mga show.
Kasi pag minsan nag-aaway kami, di mo ko inintay. So, ayan. So, ito, Reply, pinapanood ko yan. So, gets.
Gets.
Ayun. So, there's a lot of references of that sa K-Love. May mga different characters.
Yes.
Awkward.
Ito, Pero, babe, di ba, we read in your previous interviews, Corinna, that you consider telling stories your first love. Di ba? Why is that?
Kasi that's a way to bridge cultures and people. You know, I think maybe a little insight was like Black Panther. You know, in 2016, you weren't sure kasi the US elections just happened.
Yeah.
And so parang, are people gonna like this movie?
Uh-uh.
But then you told this beautiful story of a superhero that happens to come from Africa. And because the story is so beautiful, it surpassed boundaries. So I think that that's the power of stories, no matter where you come from. If it's a really beautiful story, you'll have the world follow and relate and then learn more about the culture. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So.
But, you know, I'm a big Black Panther fan.
Yes.
There's been 3 movies now.
2.
No, di ba 3? The first one, the second one, and Wakanda Forever.
First one and then Wakanda Forever.
What? Really? Okay. But, so which one would you like? Which one would you say is your favorite?
I really, of course, the first one talaga I really, really loved. It's probably one of my favorites. But I think the second one kasi, it's how do you do a movie without Black Panther?
Yeah, my goodness, yeah.
And then they pulled it off and it was really beautiful. So I guess both of them are really, both are my favorites.
In different ways.
In
no?
different ways. One, because you love T'Challa, and then the other because you're still mourning T'Challa.
I know. Parang grabe, yung pinanood natin yun sa cinema, the feels, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, 2 very different storytelling.
It's just one of the few movies na talagang pinilahan pa natin yung bumili ng tickets eh. Yeah.
Well, on that note, why is having a solid story important with any series, right?
Yeah, it's the hook, right? And
Okay.
if you have a solid story, that's what keeps people coming back. And I think with series nowadays, sky's the limit on what you can watch. So, kailangan talaga yung story mo kasi I think also before movies parang, okay, whatever, you buy a ticket, you sit down for 2 hours and you either like it or not. And it still happens now for movies. But when you create series, parang, you know, if they don't like it in 2 episodes,
Stop
bye!
watching. Oh, yeah.
So you really have to have a really, really solid story that continues for 10, 18, 25 episodes and really parang, and that's why I really admire the Koreans and how they do it kasi, you know, the episodes are so long.
Yeah, for
They're so
45
long,
minutes,
but
yeah.
then
minutes,
it
diba?
ends and you're like, I want more.
Yeah.
And that's all story, right? And kasi, you know, beautiful faces and beautiful production design can only go so far. You're like, magsasawa ka rin. Parang, sige na, maganda na siya. But to spend 16 hours on one show, there really has to be that story na parang you're invested, diba?
Tama. Kasi yung story talaga yun yung backbone. Kung wala yun, parang, what's the point?
Yeah, I don't
Right?
care about this character or I
Yeah.
don't care about the journey of this character, diba?
The journey. Speaking of journey, syempre, K-Love, by the way, guys, watch the finale.
Yun yung tulong-tuntuwang sa finale,
sa
di ba?
pag-uwi ko, I was like, babe! Ang ganda! So, why should people watch K-Love on Viu?
Because I think it's a nice light story, but there's real messages behind it about women, what we want from life, and you know what society expects from us. But it's all presented in a light, feel good way. Because let's face it, we did 2 years or 3 years of the pandemic. Sometimes you just want to watch something that's feel good. Parang ako when I come home and you know you have a stressful day, ayaw mo na ng stress. You know, which is why sometimes I really like watching K-dramas kasi parang it's such an escape, right? And so I think for K-Love, it's this escape, it's this feel good and really kilig. Like I think one of my friends just texted me parang, ano ba, when are these 2 characters gonna end up together? Nakakainis ka naman. Fault ko pa. Sorry.
Grabe yung kilig factor. Well, anyway, okay. So thank you so much for answering our questions. We are now about to close this episode, but if you were to tweet a quote, phrase, or thought that you picked up from our conversation today, meron ba? What would it be and why?
Si Corinna, mabauna
yeah.
ako.
Sino gusto mo una?
No, go ahead,
Ayan.
go ahead. Yeah.
Me?
Meron ka na?
Yeah. Well, sige. I have the first one really for me is like the oatmeal raisin cookie.
Oh.
Yeah. Pero, yun tumatak yun sa akin. Hindi, pero yung ano din, tumatak din sa akin yung, like sometimes you just want to watch something to escape eh. Diba? You just want to go home after a hard day's work and you just want to feel good.
Can I quote myself? Wow! No, but I
Sobrang
mean, obviously...
level up ka na.
No, obviously, this is all based off our interview with Karina. Syempre, I feel like the importance of a story is made so much clearer. The fact that it is the backbone of any series or movie. Yun, parang feeling ko sobrang important yung story and gustong-gusto ko yung story ng K-Love sa Viu. So, alam nyo na guys. Panoorin nyo yan. Ikaw, Karina, meron tayo?
Ako, yeah. It was, last week's Flowers.
Sorry!
Happy Happy Valentine's.
Yes,
Yan.
syempre, dinala pa rin namin.
Oo.
Parang may pa-props.
Parang okay naman eh. Halata ba?
Alata ba?
Hindi yan halata.
Okay, so thank you so much, Karina, for being with us
Thank
today.
you for having
And
me.
thank you for, just lending us your time and telling us how you came up with this wonderful story.
Yes, this
Diba?
original series, it's really good. So, do you have any socials that you would like to plug for yourself or for Viu?
Viu Philippines on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Check out the latest shows, the latest updates on your favorite local and K-drama shows.
Yes, mag-binge watch na tayong lahat. If you guys wanna look for me and Jech, that's at Bea_Benedicto on Instagram.
And that's at Jech2 for me across all social media platforms.
And that wraps up our episode. For more internet things, Karina, this is the sign for internet things. Yes, she did it, guys. For more of those and latest updates on trends, follow PLDT Home on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
There you go, and you can experience a roller coaster of emotions and have kilig overload when you're on Viu Premium with your PLDT Home broadband. Visit pldthome.com/view for more details.
This has been Convos at Home by PLDT Home.
A space for conversations best shared at home. Catch you guys next time.
Bye!